Minerva football mic test. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. It's picking up so much background noise tonight. I don't know why. Should hear me say that because I just said it. Stream. Sound okay? Test. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Gladiators are coached by Mr. Seth Whiting and assisted by Mr. Zay Abedin, Mr. Jeff Faulkner, Mr. Aaron Hill, Mr. Elijah Hill, Mr. Dave Merkelitis, Mr. Keith McGeehan, Mr. Joe Richardson, Mr. Ryan Rowland, Mr. Mike Rossetti, Mr. Corey Scott, Mr. Corey Unkrich, Mr. Craig Unkrich, and Mr. Chris Gerber.
Round of the field by young ladies and ladies presenting Alex Calvert to proudly present the 2020 Pride of Minerva. Please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Then remain standing for the playing of Minerva High School on the march.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting defense for your Minerva Lions. Playing the outside linebacker, a junior, number 3, Braden Bastia. Playing linebacker, a senior, number 10, Jimmy Common. Playing quarterback, a senior, number 21, Zach Moore. Playing safety, a senior, number 24, Chance Martineau. Playing corner, a senior, number 25, Garrison Martin. Playing safety, a junior, number 32, Nolan Kipler. Playing outside linebacker, a senior, number 34, Cole Patterson. Playing linebacker, a junior, number 36, Eric Murray. Playing defensive end, a senior, number 65, John Hanley. Playing defensive end, a senior, number 72, Jarrett Burris. Playing the nose guard, a senior, number 75, Derek Hurst. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lions are coached by Mr. Mark Conley and assisted by Mr. Alex Albert, Mr. Bob Carl, Mr. Brian Costia, Mr. Jacob Everling, Mr. Matt Maddox, and Mr. Zach Wade. Our officials for tonight's ball game. Referee, Mr. Joseph Monnet. Umpire, Mr. Matt Gray. Lineman, Mr. Todd Fraser. Line judge, Mr. Keith Violana. Back judge, Mr. John Gray. We welcome
Good evening and welcome to Dr. Robert Hines Stadium here in Minerva, Ohio for Week 8 of our football season. Tonight we bring you the live stream of the Minerva Lions hosting the Alliance Aviators. Minerva comes in with a record of 0-7. Alliance has the same record, also 0-7. Two contrasting styles tonight for the football game that we're about to watch. Minerva, a run-heavy team, as they average 200-plus yards a game on the ground. We're going to see a lot through the air from the Aviators and their quarterback, senior Brandon Alexander, who is headed to Youngstown State to play quarterback at the next level. Should have a good one tonight. We got good weather here in Minerva as the temperature has now dipped below 50 as we get set for kickoff. We await the Lions coming out of the locker room. as well as the Aviators, and we're about 5 minutes from kickoff. We'll take a moment here to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, which would be Sandy Springs, Clark and Chaddock, and Kishman's Gas and Go. Big appreciation to those companies for sponsoring tonight's football live stream. The game ball tonight donated, as always, by Dr. D. Domenico, as he is down on the sidelines. I see him in his red coat and black gloves and stocking cap, as things are getting a little chilly here in mid-October. So we got a good one, we hope, for you tonight, as both teams are searching for that first win of the season. Go through some of the personnel that you will hear and see a lot from tonight, starting with the visiting Alliance Aviators under the direction of Seth Whiting. Their main man is Brandon Alexander, a senior, number 3. You'll see his number out there a lot and hear his name called a lot. He does everything for Alliance. At quarterback, he's thrown for over 1,000 yards already this season in 7 games, including 8 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. He's also rushed for 431 yards. And believe it or not, he's also caught 7 passes. They'll split him out wide. He's 6'4", and he's caught 7 passes for nearly 200 yards, including a 99-yard score in a previous game. So he does it all for them. You're going to hear a lot of 21 Caden Davis, who is a 6'1" sophomore, great running back. They have high hopes for him. 721 yards this season, over 100 yards a game. He also is their leading receiver with 23 receptions for nearly 400 yards. So a heavy dose of 21 and 3 tonight for Alliance. On the defensive side of the ball, they are led by Braden Hartsoe, number 1, who has amassed over 100 tackles in 7 games. I talked to one of the Alliance assistants pregame, and he said, you're going to say number 1, Braden Hartsoe, a lot tonight, as he is in on nearly every tackle that they have. For Minerva, on offense, run dominated. They feature 3 running backs so far this season that have amassed over 200 yards rushing, led by senior Jimmy Common at 447 yards and a touchdown. Ryder Hartshorn, the freshman, 381 yards and 4 scores. And Garrison Markins, number 25, 208 yards on the ground, also with 4 touchdowns. We may see a bit of Cale Louise, who's amassed 132 yards on the ground, and Chance Martineau, number 24, nearly 100 yards. So they get everybody involved on the ground. Through the air, it's going to be number 3, junior Braden Costia, for the years, thrown for 250 yards and a score. His main man through the air has been Eric Murray, his junior tight end, who has caught for 100 of those yards at 16.2 per reception. Minerva's on their sideline. They are wearing the, and yes, you will see that. Do not adjust the color on your screen for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Lions are wearing the home pink uniforms with the gray helmets and red lion. And Alliance comes out in their road white with blue pants and white helmets. So we're just about 2 minutes from kickoff. I'm here with John Cross to my right, running the stream. And we're about set for football here in Week 8. We'll keep you apprised of all the local games that are in play best we can as those scores come in. And should we hope for a good, exciting game here tonight in Dr. Hines Stadium. One thing to note, some of the keys to the game I think this evening are going to be for Minerva. Can they limit the big play? Their defense has been gashed numerous times this year as they give up nearly 46 points per game. Alliance is a high-scoring offense. Although they're 0-7, they put up almost 26 a game. And then on the flip side, can Minerva control the ball to keep it out of that high-powered offense from Alliance? So we're going to see 2 contrasting styles here. Run heavy for the home pink team tonight, and you're going to see a lot of aerial attack from the white Aviators. I believe Minerva will kick off, if I heard that correctly a few minutes ago. While we have a few moments before Alliance takes the field as they're in the huddle on the far side at the 35. I'll throw a shout out to my son, JJ Green, at home, kindergartner at Minerva Elementary School. He keeps me on my toes and wanted me to name his name tonight on air. So JJ, I'll be home a little bit later. If it's not too chilly out, just like we did a couple weeks ago, we'll go out and shoot some hoops. We got the rim lowered for him at 7 feet, which allows me to dunk for the first time in my entire life. So 15 seconds on the clock as it winds down here pregame. Alliance onto the field with their hands team as Minerva has gone to the onside kick a lot here recently in the past 4 to 5 weeks, although Nick Chaddock has it teed up in regular style, and now you can see on your screen he has flipped it at the 40-yard line. It now sits sideways on the tee, which tells you he's going to try to get some spin on this ball and pick up an onside kick. So we'll see where they go with it here. Waiting for the clock to be set to 12 minutes. Alliance gets the ball first, and we are about set here for week number 8. The scouting report is onside kick as they have 10 of their 11 return men within 10 yards of midfield. Nick Chaddock, number 5, to tee it up here. We wait for the officials' signal to start this thing up. Scoreboard's ready. Our stream is ready. And now the Lions break the huddle and they try a quick kick. It's spinning toward the 40 and recovered on the Lions side of the field by number 1, Braden Hart. So he dove on it after an 8-yard roll of a spinning ball. They mark it back now at the 49, and Alliance takes over in Minerva territory at the 49. As you probably know, an onside kick needs to go 10 yards. That one only went 9, so could not be recovered by Minerva till it crossed midfield. First down and 10, first possession of the game for Alliance, and they start in Minerva territory at the 49. In the shotgun is their stud, number 3, Brandon Alexander, the 6'4" senior. He'll run it, he'll throw it, and he'll even catch a few passes. He's back to throw on the first play of the game. He slings one out to the right and through the hands of Trey Hawkins, the senior wide receiver, on the slant. Second down and 10 coming up. Like we said, Alexander has already cracked the 1,000-yard mark in passing. He sits at 1,046 coming into tonight with 8 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. And he will put it up a bunch, already 121 attempts for the senior this year. In motion is Davis. Alexander keeps it on a quarterback draw as he pushes forward across the 45, inside the 45, and maybe a foot inside the 45. We'll call it a gain of 4. And now what? A timeout as the clock was malfunctioning, I do believe, and they will now run it. So a 4-yard pickup. Now closer to 5 as they inch the ball forward for Brandon Alexander. Again, the quarterback, but he will run it a good bit. He already has 431 yards. That was his 100th attempt of the season. Third down 5 from the 44. They motion Davis. Here's Alexander on an option right. He pitches out to Davis. Costi in pursuit. Across the 45, runs over a man at the 41 and falls forward to the 40, where I think he's going to be short of a first down. Number 21 is Caden Davis, who is averaging over 100 yards per game this year and just a sophomore for Alliance. That brings up a 4th down and 1 after a 4-yard gain for the sophomore. Minerva did a good job stringing that toward the sideline, pushed him out of bounds at the 40. Alliance comes to the huddle on 4th down to go for it from the Minerva 40. Alexander under center. He takes the snap. Here's Davis off the left side, off the left tackle. Pushes inside the 35 for a first down to the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 7 and a first down for Alliance, the first one of tonight's game. Caden Davis' second carry of the night for 11 yards. Ball sits inside the 34 near the 33-yard line. 10:21 in a running clock here in the first quarter. No score. They move now to the pistol. Alexander waits for the snap. All kinds of motion up front. 2 men are moving now. All sorts of confusion. 81 going one way. Number 1, Braden Hartsoe, going the other. And with that is our first timeout of the night. 10:07 here in the first quarter. Timeout Alliance as they set up for a first down play from the Minerva 33.5-yard line. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Sandy Springs, Clark and Chaddock, and Kishman's Gas and Go for making this stream possible, and also to Dr. DiDomenico, who sponsors the game ball. Again, if you're just joining us, Minerva is in the pink uniforms tonight, special uniforms for tonight's breast cancer awareness. Down to my left, far left, is a small contingent of students who got into the game also wearing pink. And as Coach Cross pointed out, across the way to our far right, a few Alliance Aviators fans who are also wearing pink. I guess they're rooting for the Lions tonight. First down and 10 from the 33. They motion Hartsoe left to right, and they hand off. Off the right side, 30. Martineau's got him by the jersey and drags him down at the 20. Again, that's Caden Davis. We are going to say his name a lot tonight. His third carry on the drive, second converted first down, and he pushes the ball all the way from the 33 near the red zone at the 23, we'll call it. Always looking for that orange beanbag that they sit out at the spot of the ball so the referees do not have to touch it. The center takes it into the huddle and brings it up to the marker. The ball sits down at the 23-yard line after the first down conversion for Alliance. Alexander again to Davis, and he is bottled up. Costia's got him. And one of the D linemen knifed through and grabbed him by the ankles to stop him where he was. That would be big number 72, Jarrett Burris, the 6'2", 295-pound senior. Got him by the ankles. Costia cleaned it up, and the ball pushes back to the 25-yard line, which puts Alliance in a second down and 12, the first negative play of the night for the Aviators. Caden Davis, 4 carries for 19 yards here on this first drive, 2 converted for first downs, including a 4th down and 1 conversion. Now they spread the field. The Aviators have 5 wide, trips left, twins right. In motion, Davis. Alexander guns one out to the left, and it almost is intercepted, but grabbed out there on the far side, breaking tackles inside the 10 and all the way down inside and near the 5-yard line. It appears to be number 18, Kayvon Davis, the 6'1 freshman, with a great catch. Looked to be almost intercepted on the far side, but through the Minerva hands and into the freshman for Alliance's hands, and he takes the ball from the 25 all the way down to set up first down and goal now at the 4. Alexander's got the snap. He throws a fade left into the corner and well overthrown. Coverage out there by 25, Garrison Markins. It was intended for, again, I think they were going for Kayvon Davis. Alexander throws incomplete. He's 1 of 3 on this drive. Markins with good coverage in the left corner off the fade. Second down and goal now for Alliance as they will wait the play from the 4-yard line. Play clock ticks down to 14. 8:19 to go first quarter. Nearly 4 minutes chewed up by Alliance. They go back to the pistol with Caden Davis behind senior Brandon Alexander. They motion Hartsoe left to right. Here's a handoff to Davis, and he doesn't get very far past the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard. We'll call it 1 yard down to the 3. As Davis has now tallied 5 carries, and a big third down coming up for this Minerva defense. Third down and goal. And the ball sits inside the 10 now for Alliance. The play comes in from head coach Seth Whiting. Third down goal for the Aviators. Alexander's got it. He's going to keep it, and he's not getting away from the Minerva defense as he's dropped in his tracks. 53 on the tackle for Minerva, and that'll bring up the second 4th down of the drive for Alliance. You have to imagine at 0-7, they've got nothing to lose, that they're probably going to go for it. In fact, looking over the stats earlier today, Alliance has yet to attempt any field goals this year, and I don't expect them to start now. The ball sits at the 6-yard line, 4th down goal, and now a timeout is taken by the Minerva defense. Coach Hundley wants to get his troops together for this crucial play on this drive. The drive started on the 49. It now sits on the 6. So a 43-yard drive so far. And a big play coming up here for the Minerva defense to try to get off of the field. 7:03 to go in the first quarter. As we await the fourth down play, fourth down and about 6.5. Goal to go here for the white jersey, blue pants of Alliance. Minerva in the home pink tonight with the gray pants and the gray helmets. Fourth down 7, we'll call it. 7:03 to go. Each team has used a timeout on this drive. And here's Brandon Alexander. Smacks his hands together. No snap. Turns to the sideline. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. No running backs with Alexander. A big key to tonight's games is, will the Minerva defense be able to handle this passing attack? So far, so good. Alexander to throw. He throws the slant, and it is caught in the end zone on fourth down. That's, again, freshman Kayvon Davis on the slant, and he hauled it in the end zone for the first score of tonight's game. Second completion for Brandon Alexander on the drive, both of them to number 18. That one goes for 6, and it's 6-0. Alliance with exactly 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Out to kick the extra point will be number 30, Nathaniel Werther. Braden Hartso, the do-everything guy for Alliance, to hold. The snap is good. The kick is on its way, and it's going to be wide to the left. No good, as Werther cannot convert on the extra point. He came into the game just 3 for 6. He now sits 3 for 7 on PAT attempts. 6:58 to go here in the first quarter. Alliance with a 49-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 6-yard pass from Brandon Alexander to Kayvon Davis to put the Aviators ahead 6-0. Welcome back to Minerva and Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. Alliance took the opening drive 49 yards and cashed it in with a 6-yard touchdown pass from Alexander to Davis. The PAT was wide to the left, and it is a 6-0 Alliance lead with 6:58 to go here in the first quarter. One thing you'll note about Alliance, although they are 0-7, they may be one of the better 0-7 teams in the state of Ohio. 6 of their losses this year have come by single digits, and the only one that was double digits was a 14-point loss to West Branch. So they've been in all 7 games, have yet to tally a notch in the win column. They gave Hubbard, a very good team, last week in the playoffs, all they wanted in a 42-38 loss. We know they can put up points. See if Minerva can answer. Here's Garrison Markins on the run. He's across the 20 to the 30, 35, 40, and he's finally ridden out of bounds at the 43-yard line. The tackle made by Jabril Gilmore, the senior DB, as he pushed Markins out. Good starting field position for Minerva. They now mark him at the 44, so a nearly 24-yard return for Markins. Both teams start their opening drives with great field position. This one near midfield at the 44. For the Lions in their home pink jerseys tonight. 6:49 to go, first quarter. 6-0 Alliance. First drive of the night for Minerva. Costia under center. He turns. He keeps. He's across the 45 and bent over at the 47-yard line. Costia keeps it for a 3-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage for Minerva. Again, we've seen this from the Lions. They've played great from 20 to 20. The key is once they get to the red zone, are they able to punch it in for points? because unfortunately you don't get anything for just moving the football. You got to get it in that red end zone. Here's Costi again. They motion Martineau, and they hand it to the fullback dive. The ball, I think, is fumbled, and it's on the field. And Alliance say they have it, and they do. Ball is fumbled by, I believe, Hartshorn, who took the dive, pushed across the 50, and was nearing a first down, and he coughed that one up. And for the second drive today, Alliance has fantastic field position, this time set up at their own 48-yard line near midfield. So what looked to be a promising run for the freshman turns into a fumble and a turnover, the first turnover of the game. Gives the ball back to Alliance at their own 48-yard line. 6:02 to go here in the first quarter. Brandon Alexander, 6'4" senior, also plays basketball for Larry Kakura and the Aviators. Gives this one, and now it's the reverse. Here's Davis. They throw it back to Alexander, and he heaves one down the field. He's got his man. It's caught at the 15. One man to beat to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to outrun us to the corner. A touchdown on the reverse pitchback. That's a touchdown. Senior wide receiver Trey Hawkins cashes that in for 52 yards. Second touchdown of the day for Brandon Alexander through the air, and it is a 12-0 score. Just like that, 5:49 to go in the first quarter. Alliance quickly to the line to go for 2 after the missed extra point on the first possession. There's the snap back, and he fumbles it. The ball's kicked around and recovered by the Lions, so a failed conversion again. Major confusion for Alliance. Alexander clapped for the snap, but then didn't look for it. It hit him in the feet and fell to the turf, recovered by the Lions. So at 5:46 to go in the first quarter, this offense from Alliance has it clicking as they've already punched it in twice. They come in averaging nearly 26 points a game, which is pretty good for an 0-7 team. And Alexander has now converted on 3 of 5 passing for 76 yards and 2 scores. So kind of gut check time here early for this Minerva football team. Down 12, punched in the mouth. We'll see how they respond. Still early in this ball game as we sit just past the halfway point of the first quarter. So a lot of football to go. Talking to Coach Whiting about his team, 2 things that he wanted to see tonight. Could they stop the run? That's been a big Achilles heel of theirs this year. And could they close out games? As mentioned, they have, as I look at their scores this year, a 3-point loss, a 3-point loss, a 9-point loss, a 6-point loss, a 7, and a 4-point loss. So 6 games by just single digits. Many of those games they led could not slam the door. So he's looking to stop the run and try to close things out. But a lot of football still to be played here. Minerva see if they can get clicking with their offense. Just 2 plays on their first drive before the turnover. The ball is on the tee. Markins awaits back near his 18-yard line, and there's the kick. It's on the field, bouncing up the field. Markins will scoop it up near the 20, running to his left 25, outside of the 30 of the numbers to the 35-40. And again, Garrison Markins with a 25-plus yard return will set up Minerva near midfield. So we've seen 4 drives tonight, 2 from Alliance and now 2 starting for Minerva. And all 4 of them have been right near midfield. The 49 and 48 for Alliance, the 44 and 49 for Minerva. So great starting field position. Second drive, first one resulted in a turnover, a lost fumble. And at 5:28 to go here, first quarter, Costia brings his troops under center. Martineau motions, and they hand it off. It's not a handoff, it's a keeper by Costia. He pushes across the 50. Still pushing the pile, but the play is blown dead by the outside official as Costia clears midfield and picks up about 3. They'll mark him down with forward progress at the Alliance 48. So this will be the first play run in Alliance territory for our Lions. Running clock under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Costia Motions Martineau again. Keeps it and is dropped. He actually gave it off to Louise. Tough to pick up that football against the gray numbers and pink jerseys here. Louise pushed forward for just a gain of 1 to the 47 on his first carry. And it sets up a 3rd down and 6 for Minerva at the Alliance 47. 12 to nothing. 2 touchdown passes for Alliance. Both failed point after attempts. Common in motion this time, and they give it straight ahead. Here's our first flag of the night. Kale Louise falls forward to the 44-yard line, a gain of 3, but a flag on the play, and it'll be an interesting decision for Coach Whiting if this is on Minerva. If they decline the penalty, it sets up a 4th down and 3. If they accept the penalty, it's going to give Minerva another 3rd down try. We've got a personal foul, a chop block below the knees on Minerva. I'd have to imagine that they're going to push the Lions back on this 4th and 3 versus 3rd and probably close to 20. No brainer for Coach Whiting, and he's going to push the Lions all the way back as they march it off inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So now we're looking at, let's do the quick math here. It looks like 21. So 3rd down and 21 instead of 4th and 3, probably a wise decision. Force Minerva to maybe try to throw the ball, which they have yet to do yet here tonight. Costia's got it. He's going to play fake to Common. Now gun one deep down the left side, and it's well overthrown of intended target Eric Murray. Running stride for stride with him is Brendan Zerbrug, another freshman defensive back for Alliance. So 4th down and 21 after the penalty pushed Minerva back out of first down range and back to their own 38-yard line. They send out the punt team, which is going to be punter Eric Murray, number 36. He stands back at the 27-yard line to kick this one away. The ball rests right now. The line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line. There's the snap. It's a good one. Murray left foots it out of there. A high end-over-end kick, which will be caught at the 33. Running to his left, this is Dylan Bagheera. A huge hit coming here on Garrison Markins, and flags are all over the field. So Bagheera's going to race up the left side inside the 40 to the 36-yard line, but this baby's coming back on an illegal block way back near the 30 of Alliance. So for the first time tonight, the Aviators will have not so good field position somewhere near their own 20 versus their first 2 possessions, which started at midfield. First penalty tonight, illegal block in the back against Alliance, their first penalty. And a good change of possession here for Minerva as that ball was from their own 38. The punt traveled 30 yards. The penalty is going to attack on some more, and they're going to sit it dead on the 20. So 1st down, Alliance from their own 20-yard line. A net on that punt, including the penalty, of 42 yards. So Murray flipped the field with a little help from the Zebras, and Alliance will come out. 3:48 to go here in a stop clock in the first quarter from their own 20. 12 to nothing. Aviators on top. The Lions got to dig in here and find a way to get stops. This team could put points on the board, this Alliance team. Alexander's got it. It's an inside handoff. This is Caden Davis across the 20 of the line of scrimmage and falls forward to the 21. And that's Kale Louise on the stop. Got him around the waist and dropped him after a 1-yard gain. Davis' 6th carry of the first quarter, netting 21 yards. So 6 carries, 21 for Davis. Alexander's run it 3 times for 4 yards. Minerva's been stout against the run. They've got to clean up the defensive backfield as they've already given up 76 yards passing and 2 aerial touchdowns. Alexander, they go back to this 5-wide look. Sends Caden Davis in motion. He pump fakes, and he got a man all alone. No coverage at all. As long as he catches, it's a touchdown, and it's dropped. Hit him in the face mask. That was a gimme 6. Blown coverage by the Lions, and Dylan Bagheera took that one off the face mask. All he had to do was catch it, and he could have almost literally walked in the end zone. No Lion within about 25 yards, and a huge break there for the Minerva defense. Goes down as an incompletion in the stats, but if you were here to watch it or you saw it on the live stream, that was 6 taken off the board there for the Aviators. 3rd down and 8 now after the dropped touchdown pass, and Alexander's got it standing at his own 17 when he gets the snap. He's got it. He's back to the 15. He steps up. He gets out of trouble. He pump fakes at the 20. Jukes one man, but is dropped there by Jimmy Common. A great open field tackle against a very good athlete in Brandon Alexander, and Common dropped him at the 23 after a gain of just 2, and a big-time stop after the missed hookup between Bugera and Alexander, and Minerva may get off the field here unscathed. A 2-yard run by the quarterback brings up 4th down and about 6. The ball sits on the Aviator 23-yard line, and the punt team is out. The punter will be Dylan Bugera, who just recently dropped that long pass on the left sideline. He stands back inside his 10 at his 9. Markins lines up on his side of the field at about the 49, 48 and a half. Little stutter step and a high kick, but a very, very short kick. It's going to hit at the 44, take a Minerva bounce to the 42 of Alliance, and just a 19-yard punt for Dylan Bugera, who got a lot of height, but not a lot of. A good flip of the field for Minerva after they punted, got a penalty, and then a quick 3 and out sets up the Lions at the Alliance 42-yard line at 2:05 in the first quarter. So far, not anything through the air for Minerva. 0 for 1 from Costia. And actually, they've just run 5 plays so far in their 2 series. Costia's got it. He gives straight ahead. I believe it's Hartshorn took the handoff. All kinds of motion and moving parts for this Minerva offense. It is, in fact, Ryder Hartshorn. I apologized from the first week. I knew Dalton when I was here my first year. He was a senior, I do believe, and a great runner here at Minerva. I believe 2,000-yard back, if I'm not mistaken. That was a gain for Hartshorn as he pushed up. Ryder pushed the pile to the 39 and a gain of 3. Again, straight ahead running as they try to use clock and force the Alliance defense to defend the run, which they haven't been very good at. That's another run for Hartshorn as he falls to the 36-yard line. Another gain of 3. The old 3 yards in a cloud of dust so far for the Minerva offense. 3rd down and about 4. Ball positioned at the Alliance 36. You got to imagine that Hundley's already thinking 4-down territory, so it would not shock me at all if they jam this one somewhere up the middle on a run to try to shorten up this 4-yard distance. There's the handoff. This would be Jimmy Common, and they do exactly what was predicted here by yours truly, and Common cuts that 3rd and 4 in half with a gain of about 2 to the 34-yard line. Common's first tote of the night. He's dropped by number 81, Andrew Datz, the 6'2", 240-pound defensive end for Alliance. 4th down and 2. They have to run a play here as the play clock is at 12 and the game clock 17. Motion from Martineau, and Costia gives off, and tackled right away on 4th down is Hartshorn, dropped in the backfield. That will be a turnover on down. So no first downs on the drive, 4 plays and out. Hartshorn is going to lose a couple on that carry as he loses 1 back to the 35-yard line, and the drive stalls after 4 plays. So 3 drives so far from Minerva, not a lot of yardage, a 2-play fumble, a 3 and out, and now a 4 and out. And Alliance back on the field, which with just 10 seconds to go in quarter number 1. 12-0 Alliance if you're just joining us. Alliance in the visiting white, and Minerva in the home pink tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month of October. Alexander's got the snap. They fake the end around, and they give it to Caden Davis on the counter, and he pushes for the last play of quarter number 1 for a 5-yard gain, his 7th carry of the quarter. Heavy dose of Caden Davis, the sophomore, as he pushes close to 800 yards on the season already. We'll be back after this timeout. It's 2nd down and 4 for Alliance as they flip the field. 12-0 Alliance as we head to the second quarter. Back here for quarter number 2, 12 minutes on the clock, Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. Alliance football now 2nd down and 5 as the ball sits near the 40-yard line of Alliance. Here's an inside handoff off the right side, breaking 1 tackles, now 2 and into open space. Caden Davis has got it 40, 35, 30. 1 man to beat Smartno, and he runs him out, I believe, as he tiptoes the sideline. And yes, there's the whistle. Drops the play at the 12-yard line. So a big burst and a big run there by the sophomore. 47 yards on the run from Davis, breaking 2 tackles near the line of scrimmage. And if Minerva wants to hang around here, they've got to make those plays. They were there in the backfield near the line of scrimmage. Davis broke free and then used his speed to get to the outside. Martineau pushed him out of bounds at about the 12, I believe, as the official wants to reset the play clock, and now he signals start of play there for the play clock. No waste of time. Here's Alexander in the gun again. He's got the snap, and he's going to keep it. Off the right side, 10. Pushes inside the 10 to the 8 to the 7. A big pile of bodies, and they blow the progress dead there. Brandon Alexander on the keeper. And what a luxury it is to have a big body like that who can run the football. It gives you an extra blocker when you run your quarterback, and he has been very successful this year at quarterback running, 431 yards for the season, to go along with over 1,000 yards passing as he now nears 1,100 yards passing. 2nd down from about the 8. It's Alexander again keeping it. Makes one man miss but can't get out of the grasp of Braden Costia. The junior, number 3, makes the tackle on Alexander. They will see each other again this winter on the hardwood, as Costia for the Lions and Alexander for the Aviators squared off last year, ended up guarding each other quite a bit in that matchup, as Costia gives up about 6 or 7 inches in size, but he holds his own against that big body of Brandon Alexander. 3rd down from the 7-yard line for Alexander. There's the snap. He spins out, rolls to his right, now guns one over the middle and a wide open 3rd touchdown of the half. That one, I'm looking for a number, goes to number 1, Braden Hartsoe. Hartsoe with the touchdown grab from 7 yards out, the 3rd strike of the day by Alexander, his 3rd touchdown pass. And again, they will line up to go for 2. They've got the lineman offset to the left on the left hash. Alexander stands with running back Hartsoe. Davis in motion. They're going to hand it to him and try to let him use his speed to the outside. He's in the grasp and yanked down. The ball comes loose, and it's going to be the 3rd consecutive failed point after attempt for Alliance. So 3 touchdowns on the board for 16, 3 fails on conversions, leaves the score at 18-0 at the 10:26 mark of quarter number 2. Brandon Alexander, just tallying up the stats here in the first half for Alliance, sits at 4 of 6 throwing for 84 yards, but 3 touchdown passes, gives him 11 on the season. The Minerva Lions have yet to get on track offensively, as they have run just, count them up here quickly, 6, 7, 8 plays through a quarter in a minute and a half. So they've got to be able to control the ball better. One of the keys to the game, one, limit the big plays for Alliance, which for the most part they have done. But two, they've got to control the ball better and gain first downs. Yet to gain a first down here in the first half, already with one turnover, one punt, and a couple of failed fourth down attempts. But they need to get something cooking here. No completed passes and just, let's see here, 12 and 6 would be 18 yards of total offense through the first quarter and minute and a half of the second. The stream is off. Okay, you've got me for the play-by-play, so stay tuned here. We've lost the audio, but I'll bring you the sights and sounds here till we get that back up and running. 10:26 to go as we set the scene, 18-0. Alliance as they set to kick off here to Minerva. Minerva in the north end zone waiting the kick. There's a line drive kick right at Markins. He takes it at the 19, runs straight ahead, 25 at the 30, backtracks to the 28. Again, backtracks. Flag comes flying in on the right side. Markins breaks 2 tackles and pushes his way. The pile continues to push across the 35. Don't know that it's going to matter. A 16-yard return, I think, is coming back here at 10:13 in the second quarter. So another penalty, the second of the half. A blindside block coming in away from the play, and that's going to be a killer and set the Lions way back in their own end of the field. We wait for the mark off here. The flag sits at the 29 as I think they're now going to march this thing off, and not good field position at all. Markins with a 16-yard return out to the 35, nearly the 36-yard line, but this one's going to start inside the 15 back at the 14-yard line. So a lot of turf in front of the Lions as they trail 18-0 on the scoreboard. And when the other team has as many points as you have yards, never a good sign. Both 18 at this moment. 10:13 to go. Lions got to get something cooking here to get this thing back in striking distance. Costia fakes the throw and now hands off straight ahead. Braden Hartsoe, the tackle. And at the bottom of the pile is number 35, Cale LeWeave. He pushes ahead to the 19-yard line, which will be a gain of nearly 5 on first down. LeWeave's second carry of the day. LeWeave came into the game, as I check my notes here, move all of my papers out of the way. LeWeave came into the game with 45 carries and 132 yards. He's got 2 more carries to add to that. Common in motion. Again, it's a straight ahead run, breaking a tackle and picking up what I believe is the first down of the game. LeWeave again spins out to the 26-yard line, and for the first time tonight, we get to say first down converted for the Lions at the 26-yard line, a gain of 7 for Cale LeWeave. 13 yards now on 3 carries. This is the kind of offense they need. They've got to pick up first downs. They've got to continue to wind the clock here and try to get back into this ball game with a score. 18-0 as the official winds the clock. There it goes after the first down, set the chains. Costia tossed to Common on the outside. Got one man to beat, does. And then a host of Aviators are there to wrap him up inbounds and drop him for a loss. Broke the initial tackle, which was 5 yards in the backfield. He pushes forward to the 25, which will be a loss of 1 on Common's second carry of the night. You guessed it, Braden Hartsoe, number 1. You're going to hear his name a lot. 104 tackles. The senior linebacker and DB for Alliance. So second down and 11. Costia under center. In motion from left to right is Common. Costia hands off, straight ahead again. LeWeave, and he puts the ball on the field. Fumble on the play. LeWeave can't dive on it, but trying to see who came up with it. Minerva's going to retain the possession. I think it might have been 72, Jarrett Burris. One of the linemen fell on the football, luckily, as this ball's still shy of the 30, deep in their own end here. The ball's going to be set at the 29-yard line. LeWeave put it on the turf, and lucky to keep that one in possession here. A gain of 3 there sets up a, we'll give them 4, but sets up a 3rd down and 7 for for Minerva. Again, another handoff straight ahead. It's Louise again as he pushes out to the 35-yard line, just shy of a first down. It was 3rd and 7. He picked up 6. And now decision time for Coach Hundley and the Lions. Looks like Eric Murray checking in. He's the tight end, so they might be going for it, but he's also the punter, so we will wait and see. 4th down and about 3/4 of a yard. The ball sits directly on the Lion 35-yard line. Again, if you're just joining us, the stream is being worked on and trying to get the internet back up and running. Costia's got it on 4th and 1, and he gives off to Louise again straight ahead. I think he's got enough for another Lion first down as they unpile things. Louise got the ball. He needed one. He got one, and another first down Minerva, the second of the drive as they move out of their own end zone. This possession started way back at the 14-yard line, and after 2 first downs, they've pushed out to the 36. So 2 first downs and 22 yards if you can do the math. You need 10, and they're barely getting 10. 7:16 running clock here. First half, 18-0 Alliance. Costia under center, ready for play. He takes the snap. He keeps it this time, pitches it out to Common. One man to beat and can't do it. A great open field tackle by number 2, Dylan Bugera. They needed one more block to free up Common on the toss as he was knocked for a loss after the pitch, and the ball goes back to the 34-yard line, a loss of 2 for Common, his second consecutive run that has netted losing yards, although he's done a great job to get back to where he does get to on that toss. He's making a man miss 5 yards deep just to get near the line of scrimmage is a success for him on that play. 6:30 in the first half running clock. Minerva back to the line, 2nd down and 12. Costia's got it. In motion is Markins from right to left. They go straight ahead again, and Braden Hartsoe knocks down Cale Louise at the 38-yard line and a gain of 4. So Louise with productive runs on this drive of 5, 7, 4, 6, and 4 as he piles up the carries and the yardage. But now set in a non-ideal situation are the Lions 3rd down and 8 from the 38-yard line, their own 38. They need to convert this to keep this drive alive. Markins again in motion. Inside handoff on 3rd and 8. Pushes across the 40 and a late flag coming in. Louise picked up 2, which will set up 4th and 6, but after the play was over, the back judge fired in a flag, something he didn't like, and he walks over and the official are going to sort this out, a big call, which will be 4th and 6 after the 2-yard gain. Here's the sign, personal foul, face mask on the defense. So a break for the Lions on what would have been a 4th and 6 after a 2-yard run to the Minerva 40. Louise will get credit for 2 yards, and then they will go ahead and march off the penalty yards on the Aviators, which push the play inside Alliance territory to the 45. I always thought this was funny, where they have to mark off the yards. They have to actually walk them off and count them. They can't do the math in their head. I mean, I sit up here. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I can figure out where the ball should be. The ball sits on the Alliance 45-yard line. Costia's got it. He keeps it, pulls it out of the belly of Cale Louise and keeps it around the right side off tackle. Picks up a chunk of yardage to the 41-yard line. Gain of 4 on that run for quarterback Braden Costia. Now 10 yards rushing for him on his 3 keeps. And the drive continues. 3 first downs netted on this drive, 1 via the penalty, the 3rd penalty on the Aviators. And as the clock winds toward the 5-minute mark here in the first half, 18-0 Alliance, but the Lions are on the move. This drive started at their own 14. Costia's got it. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to keep it. He dives ahead. He's tripped up by the ankles, actually. Number 10, Tyreek Mason, a junior linebacker, got him around the ankles, but Costia falls forward for a gain to the 37-yard line, another pickup of 4. So lots of 3s and 4s and 3s and 4s as they chew up clock and move the ball down the field. This more manageable now, a 3rd down situation, 3rd down and 3, and an official's timeout. Number 19 for Alliance, Trevor College. Maybe Collage. Trevor Collage is going to trot off the field, the 5'10 junior. Maybe have a helmet malfunction as they pull the helmet off and look at it. In comes 56, Carter Lewis, a sophomore, to take his place. They wind the clock here, 3rd down 3. Costia motions common, takes it off the right side. He's going to keep it again. He gets whacked out there on the right side, falls forward inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, and I believe another first down. Not a big gain here. They needed about 3, and I think, again, they got about 3. So they're kind of, if you will, nickel and diming their way down the field, gains of 3-4, and a late flag coming in from the side judge. I don't know what's going to go on here. I think something was said on the outside by an Alliance DB. There was no Minerva people in the area unless it was on the bench. We'll see as they sort this one out. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Another penalty after the first down run by Costia. Netted 3 and got a first down to the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. Now again, they're going to march off the yardage. Second big penalty of the drive for the Aviators. That's their 4th of the first half. And at 3:44, Minerva's now knocking on the door. I think Coach Whiting, unhappy with the unsportsmanlike play of his Aviators on this drive, wants to clean some things up, and he calls his second charge timeout of the first half. So let's set the scene. 18-0. 3 touchdown passes from quarterback Brandon Alexander, but 3 failed point after attempts leave the score at 18-0. 3:44 to go, first half. After the penalty, the ball is moved down near the 20. The Alliance huddle's in the way. I can't see the yard marker. I think it's right outside the 20, so they may be about a yard short of the red zone. Minerva's got the ball. This has been a long drive of nearly 4.5, 5 minutes. It started at their own 14, and they have picked up nearly 65, almost 66 yards on the drive so far. I look for the orange beanie. There it is. It sits dead on the 20. So Minerva with a great opportunity to get this thing back to a ball game here as they sit on the 20-yard line at the red zone of Alliance. 2 timeouts for Minerva, 1 for Alliance here in the first half. 18-0. And Minerva needs 6 on this drive. They can't go all the way. We said all year they went from 20 to 20. Here it is again. Can they punch one in? Costia's got it. He gives off to Cale LeWeave, not fooled. Again, Braden Hartsoe and I believe number 60, Cody Thompson, the tackle immediately. Again, a loss back to the 21-yard line, I think of 1 on the play. Loss of 1 for Cale LeWeave. Second down, 11, and just second down, but a crucial play here to try to pick something up to leave yourself third manageable or possibly convert to a first down. They cannot be sitting here at 3rd and 11. That's bad news for this offense. Costia's got it, lifts his left leg, puts Markins in motion. Now they pitch it out to Markins and all kinds of Aviators out there with him. Nowhere to go. He's stacked up at the 20, and this is going to go for probably a no-gainer, if not a loss. We'll see where they put it. The pile pushed forward and then shoved back, about 6 or 8 guys in it before Markins was whistled dead. No gain on the play for Markins on his first carry of the night on a toss left, and here we are just where we didn't want to be. 3rd down and 11. It's going to force us to throw. Just 1 pass attempt so far in the first half for Braden Costia, 0 for 1. Just 246 yards passing for this team this year, but they desperately need a conversion now. 3rd and 11, you got to figure they got 2 downs to get 11. Costia fakes the toss to Markins. Now he throws one out into the right flat. It's caught but dropped immediately. That is Cale LeWeave. It's a gain of 2 to the 18, and after he caught it, he was dropped by Braden Hartsoe. We talked about this kid coming in. He had 104 tackles, and you see why he's in on every single play. The ball's there, and number 1 in white is there, and a fantastic play after the 2-yard completion from Costia to LeWeave. Timeout on the play, I believe, was taken by the defense after the 2-yard gain, as it's 4th down and 8. We'll give him 3 on the catch. We'll be generous. It was about 2.5. We'll round it to 3. 4th down and 8 at the 18-yard line in the red zone, but 4th down is upon Minerva. Last timeout was just taken by Alliance. That's their 3rd and final. Minerva with 2, but just 2:09 to go. So Alliance is thinking stop and get the ball back for this high-powered offense. Nothing would be sweeter here than to ruin their timeout and punch in a first down or maybe a touchdown. 4th down, 8. Costia, 1 of 2 throwing for 3 yards to LeWeave. That was the first completion of the night for this offense. We'll see what they draw up on 4th down, 8. They got to get just inside the 10, I do believe. It looks like on the far side. Here's Costia. Hard count. 3 Aviators jump. Nobody came across. They just flinched. Nobody came across. And Costia didn't like what he sees. He's going to call a timeout. So the second charge timeout for Minerva. Clock remains stopped at 2:09 here in the first half, and both teams go to their sidelines. Second quarter brought to you by Sandy Springs, Clark, and Chaddock, Kishman's Gas and Go. Glad you're with us here this evening on the stream as they work on getting her back up and running. I know nothing about technology, so I can't help you a bit, Coach. You know more than me. I know that. I know zilcho. I go into my 7th grade classroom and the kids laugh at me as I'm kind of old school with my mathematics there. So you can ask Maddie. She'll tell you. Old school. Paper, pencil, book. I don't need technology. I'm getting better at it though, but I'm not very good yet. I will admit it. I usually at home have to go to Kinley or JJ even. My 5-year-old knows more than I do about technology. I guess that just means I'm getting old, right? I'm sure my buddy Mr. Croston is listening, and he would agree that I'm getting old. He tells me that all the time, I think. All right, here we go. Out of the huddle, 4th down, 8. Costia's got it. Fakes the handoff to Common. He's got all kinds of time. He slings one over the middle, and it is incomplete as it lands on the S in the end zone intended for tight end 36, Eric Murray, and a turnover on downs, and the continuing struggles to convert once they get down here are just haunting this Minerva offense. That drive, and you won't see a drive much better, that drive goes from 114 on the far side, the north side, to the south side, the Alliance. Where's the ball sitting? At the 18. So do the math there, 30, 32, and 36. Anytime you have a 60-plus yard drive should be points, but they don't get any this time. And at 2:03, the Aviators come out and have the ball on their own 18. So yardage on the drive, no points, 18-0 Alliance. They come out with 5 wide. They're going to throw it down the field. They don't sit on things. Back is Alexander. He sits. He guns one deep down the middle. He's got his man. Caden Davis got it 50, 40. This may be a walk-in touchdown. 30, 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. What a throw by Brandon Alexander, his 4th touchdown pass of the first half. That one goes for 82 yards. A big strike, and just what couldn't happen here for Minerva just happened. One play and done. The Lions work so hard to go 65 yards, get no points, and in one strike and 12 seconds, 82-yard touchdown from the YSU commit to the running back, Caden Davis, as he hauls that one in and has nobody near him the last 50 yards. A beautiful ball by Brandon Alexander. Well, after a missed extra point and 2 failed 2-point conversions, they're going to go back conventional, and they're going to bring on their kicker, Nathaniel Werther, the junior kicker. He's 3 for 7 on extra points this year. On the north end of the field, the snap is high but put down. The kick is on the way, and I think he's got this one. It is good. 1:51 to go in the first half. And with the 4th touchdown pass from quarterback Brandon Alexander, Alliance has pushed this to a 25-0 lead. We'll be back after this. Back here with you, I'm Sean Green. To my right, John Cross with Maddie Cross on the stream tonight. Some technical difficulties that are being worked on, so we're going to give you the audio play-by-play. We'll set the scene. It's 25-0 visitors. Alliance leads on 4 touchdown passes. Minerva to get the ball here, 1:51 to go and 1 timeout in the first half. Both teams come in with the same record at 0-7, although we did mention Alliance is probably one of the better 0-7 teams you'll ever see in any high school football, on any high school football field. I get a text from my buddy Mr. Croston out there. He says, I'm not old, I'm wise. Sounds like maybe some kissing up. I don't know. He doesn't need to kiss up to me, but teasing me a bit. So I'll take the wise comment and go with it, but I still think I'm getting old. Here we go, 151 to go. We've got Braden Hartsoe to kick off. He runs up to it, and he line drives one down. It hits about the 24. It's picked up by Chance Martineau at the 19. He runs all the way across this field to his left, gets across the 20, and is dropped at the 22. A big-time hit put over there by number 12, Dwayne Davis. Came flying up to knock Martineau down. Now, Martineau took it at the 19, ran about 20 yards across the field, side to side, and picked up 4 on the return to the Minerva 23-yard line. They had the wall set up on the left side. The ball was kicked down to the right, and that was a lot of running for not a lot of field position. 23-yard line now for Minerva. We'll see what they do with it here. Haven't shown too much glitz and glamour yet throwing the ball, but now they do come out in the shotgun, so maybe something up their sleeve. A high snap over Costia's head, takes one bounce, pops up to him, and he just slings one out of bounds near the 40-yard line. That was disaster from go. They're asking for a flag to come out for intentional grounding. The snap went over Costia's head. Luckily took one bounce and popped up to his waist. He picked it up and just heaved it out of bounds down the left side. No receivers were out there. As they had lined up the play, trips right. The officials come together, and there's the flag. They drop it. Intentional grounding is going to be the call. They came together and made the call. No receiver in the area, and they definitely threw that away to avoid the sack. Probably the right call. So from 1st and 10 at the 23, that's a loss of down. It goes down as the same damage as a sack, and the ball gets pushed back, I believe. Where are they going to mark this thing at? From the 23. I don't know. Maybe I need to brush up on my rules. Is it a spot penalty? They've got it at the 11. So a 12-yard penalty. I'll have to assume that it's a spot penalty. That's about the place he threw it from. So from shotgun and tricky to now straight ahead, they hand off. Cale LeWeave off the right side breaks one tackle, and it's chopped down near the 20-yard line. A 8-yard pickup, but it was second down and about 22, I do believe. LeWeave tacks on 8 yards to his total off tackle right. And no timeouts for Alliance. They'd probably like to stop it right here as the clock clicks down to a minute 10, a minute 9, minute 8. I would imagine on 3rd down and looks to be about 15, maybe 14. 3rd and 14 that Minerva's going to take all the time they can here. They don't want to give this Aviator offense another crack at it. Play clock to 7 to 6 as they break the huddle. 52 seconds. Common motions from left to right, and Costia keeps it. Pulls it out of the belly of LeWeave, runs straight ahead into the waiting arms of Dylan Bagera, and is dropped at the 27-yard line. So that'll go down as a gain of 8, back-to-back 8-yard runs for Minerva. Clock runs 33, 32, 31, and they may have to snap this thing. I would think that they're going to let it run all the way down and then maybe call a timeout and decide what they want to do. As I look out here, it's play clock 21, and just a tad over that is the game clock. There's about a half a second difference. So they will have to run a play, but they probably could just run it up the middle or take a knee, as this clock is going to run down under 1 second or near 1 second before the timeout. Hunley stands next to the official, 2-1, and timeout with 1 second, and now hold everything. The play clock was ahead of the game clock, but it now sits at the game clock's run down to 0. The play clock still shows 1. Again, math teacher, I think there should be a second left in the half. Alliance is arguing that Minerva's got to run a play. The play clock now still shows 1, and the game clock sits at 12 minutes. So maybe some home cooking by the scoreboard operator. They're just trying to get halftime started and get the band on the field. Timeout Minerva nonetheless. That's their final timeout. The game clock still shows 12 minutes as Coach Hunley huddles with his troops here. At 4th down and we'll call it 6 from your own 28, you might as well take a shot, although you don't want to get too tricky. They went out of the gun one time today and snapped it over the quarterback's head, so you don't want to turn it over for a score. but you're definitely going to have to snap it and run a play. There's no way in the world you're going to punt it. They have now reset the game clock to 1 second. Minerva out of their huddle. Alliance likewise. 25-0. 1 second to go here in the half. 4th down 6 from their own 28-yard line. I got to imagine Costias maybe he's going to run around and then fall down here and just get to halftime, but we'll see. There he is. He's going to run. Now he plunges ahead to the 32, and he's dropped by Andrew Datz, and that'll bring us to halftime. It'll go down as a 2-yard carry for Costia, his 7th carry of the half, and that will run out the clock in the first half. And now we've got whistles. And again, now what? A late flag coming in. No. Flag's on the field. The official now picks it up. Teams are exiting the field. The band's ready to come on the field. Our student section's chanting, "You can't do that." And he picked up the flag, I do believe. So it looks like we are to halftime. Still some confusion. The Aviator coaches are still on the field, although the players have now went to the locker room. So I think that's halftime. The band will be coming on here momentarily. 25-0 halftime score with Alliance leading. We'll be back as we continue to work on the stream here. We'll be back with second half action and stats from the first half shortly. Stay with us.
Our next number is part of a heavy metal collaboration with the San Francisco Symphony and is often performed with a live orchestra. Check out the Lions Band version of No Youth Vote, featuring Jeffrey Porter on trumpet and Cole Cashel on trombone. You can't do a heavy metal show without performing this next one. They first appeared on Metallica's 1991 self-titled album, and we are featuring our dance team, Stormy Sarasota, Treasurer Reed, and Delaney Tennant. Here's Enter Sandman.
And welcome back. The stream back up and running. Coach Green here with you as we enjoy the band, the pride of Minerva. Halftime festivities here at Dr. Robert Hines Stadium. Go through some statistics for you from the first half. A big first half dominated by the Alliance offense. We'll start with the Aviators. Two main running backs. We knew these guys would play big roles in this game. Sophomore Caden Davis, who came in with over 100 yards per game. Like I said, a sophomore, pretty good, 721 yards entering the game. 8 carries, 74 yards, including a 47-yard run in the first half. Brandon Alexander, the do-everything type player for Alliance, also had 6 carries for 13. He entered the game over 400 yards rushing from his quarterback position. The story of the Alliance offense has been the passing game. They've completed just 5 passes in the first half, but they've racked up 166 yards and 4 aerial touchdowns for Alexander. He sits at 5 of 7 throwing, 166 and 4 scores. Kayvon Davis, the freshman, with 2 catches. Caden Davis had an 82-yard touchdown catch, and Braden Hartsoe, along with his double-digit tackles in the first half, caught 2 passes for 60 yards as well. So a lot of offense through the air, 166 yards to go along with their 87 rushing for over 250 yards of total offense and 25 points, more importantly, for Alliance in the first half. For our Lions, they were led in the first half on the ground attack by Cale LeWeave, the junior, with 9 carries and 36 yards. Quarterback Braden Costia, also a junior, 7 carries and 27 yards. Ryder Hartshorn, the freshman, toted it 4 times early in this game for 9 yards. 71 total rushing yards for Minerva. Not much through the air. Costia just attempted 2 passes. Why would we put me on there? They got all these beautiful people out here, and we're going to put my ugly mug up on the screen. So I'm sure my kids at home are like, they might not even be listening. They're probably playing who knows what, running around the house. But Costia, 1 of 2 passing for just 3 yards. That completion went to Cale Louise early in that half. I look like who? John Madden. Man, that's a throwback. John Madden, the coach, the legend, the video game, Madden football. He's an icon. I don't know if I want to look like John Madden, though, but if you say so. So the teams enter the field here as we click down towards the second half. If you're just joining us, 25-0 Alliance, 4 touchdown passes in the first half. Minerva's got to get something going as they totaled just 74 yards of total offense, most of them on their final drive or next to last drive. The last drive they ran out the clock and got to halftime. Their second to last drive netted nearly 65 yards of their 71 total offense. We'll see if they can get the passing game going any in the second half and see if we can break any long runs, as the longest run from scrimmage, as I check my notes from the first half, was just an 8-yard scamper by Costia and Louise. Each had an 8-yard carry, I think, back-to-back there on the final series. So 3 minutes have been put back on the clock as the teams warm up. We've got our wonderful cheerleaders down to the left with their pink pom-poms. The band is taking their seat and setting their instruments down in the north end zone or behind the north end zone. It'd be a bad idea if they put them in the end zone as they head to the concession stands to my left. Next week, we're still awaiting the scheduled game for next week, week 9. There will be a football game. Sandy Valley was on the schedule to come to Dr. Robert Hines Stadium. However, they are in the playoffs this weekend, and if they win this weekend, will continue their playoff march next weekend, and a replacement game has to be found for that game. But we will wait and see. Some scores from around the area as I queue up my phone here. See a little bit of technology coming in right here. Turn my phone on and get some scores. Let's see. We've got, some of these are playoff scores. Some of these are regular season. Hoover 29 and Lake 7. Massillon 42 and Walnut Ridge nothing in the second quarter. Perry 35, Canal Winchester nothing in the third quarter. Brunswick 17 and McKinley 7. That game's at half. Green Trails Worthington Kilbourne 16-12 at half. Cleveland Heights 28, Glen Oak 0. In a shootout in western Stark County, Tuslaw 35, Tusky Valley 21 over in Massillon Tuslaw. Coventry 7, Marlington 6 in a low-scoring battle at the Duke Dome, just about half an hour north of here. No other scores to report to you at this time. There are games tomorrow night as well as the OHSAA playoffs continue. So the Dukes tonight playing without starting quarterback Connor Evanich. Went down with an injury last week. We wish him good wishes and speedy recovery. Hope to see him out on the hardwood this year. He's a heck of a basketball player as well as a good quarterback for the Dukes. 35 seconds, the officials meeting with Coach Hunley on the enormous Red Lion at midfield. The Lions are off to my left, standing at the 25 in their huddle. And the Aviators on the far side in their white jerseys look to enter the field here for second half kickoff. Again, domination in the first half by Alliance. They tally 250 yards to Minerva's 74. And again, more importantly, 4 touchdown scores and just 1 extra point for a weird score in football of 25. We await the teams. Here they come. Minerva will get the ball to start the second half. They open the game with an onside kick attempt that spun dead at the 49-yard line, didn't travel the necessary 10 yards, and gave a short field to the Alliance offense. They cashed in their first drive for a score and now lead 25-0. Minerva on the field, as you can see on the stream, back up and running. Great job by Mr. Cross to get that rolling for us again. And Alliance, I think, is going to play football here as we await them on the far side. Beautiful night, but we can definitely tell it's fall. We got coats jackets, gloves, hats down below us, blankets on the metal bleachers. We are up here in the press box. I sit at the 37-yard line of the north end. One window is open, a little chilly, but not too bad. Kickoff temperature was 49 degrees. I'm sure it's dipped a few from there. Something my mom told me as I see that the weather.com is reporting a freeze warning tonight, or a freeze watch. If you got any plants, get those things covered. So I got a shout out to Carol Green, Minerva alum, 1972. Loves her Lions. Thrilled that I'm here calling the game. Hopefully she's listening. As we get ready for play here in the second half, we have a penalty at the end of the half. Did get enforced, it looks like, as they are going to tee it up way back at the 25. A late flag came out as the teams trotted off to the locker room. It'll be the third unsportsmanlike penalty on the Aviators, backs them up to the 25-yard line. So Markins moves all the way up to his 33 as he awaits this line drive kick from Braden Hart. So there it is. It's squibbed. It's on the ground. Minerva's got to get on it, and they do. Headsy play, a spinning ball. Give me a number over there. Who picked it up? I got my eyes on him. Who we got? 53 possibly. So at 11:58 to go, a recovered onside kick. Don't know that they meant to onside kick it. He looked like he ran up pretty quick and really blasted into it. The ball came off the tee funny, spun across the 40, and was picked up there by Minerva at the 44-yard line. Minerva left to right on your stream. Handoff straight ahead. And a short gain as the ball pushes toward the 40-yard line. That is Cale LeWeave, number 35. They'll mark him at the 41, so it's a gain of 3. We've seen numerous gains of 3 and 4 today by the Minerva running backs. Givens checks in, Murray checks out. Second down, 7. 11 and a half minutes to go, third quarter. Costia motions common. Again, they go straight ahead with the ball. This Louis breaks the tackle. He's across the 40 to the 35 and near the 30-yard line. They'll mark him dead at the 31. That's a first down Lions. A 10-yard gain for Cale LeWeave as he pushes forward 13 yards on 2 carries and a first down for Minerva. LeWeave has been the main man on the ground tonight. Now 11 carries and 49 yards rushing for the junior fullback. First down 10 Minerva. Under 11 minutes to go, third quarter. 25-0 Alliance. Costia again motions common. They go straight ahead again. Cale LeWeave again, the ball carrier. This is a little bigger chunk than the 3 they had been getting on first down. And he falls down at the 24-yard line. We'll give him a gain of nearly 7 on that run. 20 yards already in the half for LeWeave on 3 carries. Looks like now Minerva's set the stage here. 3 straight runs with LeWeave straight ahead. We'll see if they get tricky and get to the outside here, try to trick the Alliance defense as they bring more men into the box. There it is, and Costia drops the ball. It's still on the ground. Loose. He tried to pull it out of Louis' belly and run with it to the right and pitch to Common, but he drops the football onto the turf. And the second lost fumble of the night for Minerva on another promising drive. They had marched down to the 21-yard line on 3 consecutive runs by Cale LeWeave, gaining 20 yards. And Costia drops that one on the exchange. And that's the danger of the fake handoff. He put it in LeWeave's stomach, tried to pull it out. The ball got dropped, and the Aviators are there to recover. Inside the 30, the ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line. So another turnover for Minerva. 25-0, 10-12 to go, third quarter. And Alexander comes out with 5 wide, as we've seen most of this first 2+ quarters. Alexander claps his hands, has the snap. Now he's running to his right. He's under pressure. Common chases. He gets away from one man, makes another miss across the 30 to the 40. 20-yard gain for the senior Brandon Alexander. He's knocked down at the 44-yard line, and that'll be a gain of close to 20. It's a gain of 17 for Alexander. So the quarterback can throw it. He can also run it as he is approaching 500 yards on the ground as a running quarterback. And again, they come out with 5 wide. They send 3 to the left and 2 to the right in the gun. 9:45. Alliance trying to add to their 25-point lead. The snap goes back to Alexander, but we've got a penalty and a false start on the Aviators. That will be the 6th miscue by the visiting team, and it pushes them into a 1st and 15. The ball rests inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. First down, 15. Under 10 minutes to go, third quarter. And now they wind the clock at 9:43, and now they stop the clock again. So some miscommunication between the official and the clock keeper. There it goes, 9:40, 9:39, 9:38, as Alliance is ready for play. Trips left, 4 wide now as they bring Caden Davis into the backfield. Motion from left to right, back to throw is Alexander. He steps at the 30, gets out of one man, now throws it under heavy pressure, and it's complete to the outside. That is number 6, Corey Prendergast, and he's going to break tackles and rumble all the way down to the 21-yard line. So on 1st and 15, a 40-yard gain from Alexander to his wingback, Corey Prendergast, a 5'11 senior, breaks tackles. Alexander was in the grasp and falling down, managed to use his strength to get it out of there and gather 40 yards near the red zone. This is Caden Davis off the right side, 20, near the 15 before he's chopped down on the outside. Eric Murray there for the tackle. 5-yard gain for Davis, his first run of the second half. And Alliance is knocking on the door, maybe the knockout punch here. 25-0, 8:35 to go, running clock. Again, they pull this one away from Davis, and Alexander keeps. He runs straight ahead across the 15 to the 14 and near the 13-yard line. On 2nd down and 5, he gains 3 yards, his second run of the half. So a 3rd down and short. And with a 25-point lead and having attempted a field goal all season in 7.5 games now, one would probably lay some heavy money if they were a betting man that this is 2-down territory if they need it. 3rd down and 3. The ball is at the 13 of Minerva. Alexander in the gun with Davis behind him. He fakes it, throws it. Prendergast, touchdown on the slant. Simple pitch and catch. He faked the handoff to Davis, and Brandon Alexander has now completed his 5th touchdown pass of the night. This is a 13-yard pass completed for the 5th touchdown of the night. 31-0 with the extra point by Nathaniel Werther pending. Hartsoe to hold. 7:55 here in the 3rd quarter. So calls for it, has it. The kick is away, and the kick is good. The 2nd consecutive made extra point pushes the lead to 32-0 at the 7:55 mark of the 3rd period. Well, a heavy and tough sledding the rest of the way out here, down 32 in the 3rd. We'll see what kind of guts Minerva's going to show here as they are behind the 8 ball and in a huge hole. Brandon Alexander, the senior quarterback, as we told you, is headed to YSU next year, possibly to play wide receiver, believe it or not. He has a 99-yard catch to his repertoire this year. Pretty impressive numbers tonight. Going into half, he was just 5 for 7, so he's now 7 for 9 for 219 yards in those 5 scores. He has hooked up with 4 different receivers for touchdowns this evening in Minerva. Alliance back on the field to kick off 7:55 3rd quarter, and by the new, I won't say new, I guess it's been here for, 5 years maybe now, the new rule in the OHSAA, if the score is above 30, a 30-point difference. It is a running clock for nearly every play. It would stop on timeouts, injuries, and the like, but incompletions, it runs, and things of that sort. So 7:55, we could be in for a quick half unless Minerva can get a score to pull that difference below 30 and stop the running clock. Markins back deep. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Hartsoe bangs his right foot into it, and the ball skips at the 29 and is picked up there by Jimmy Common. He picks it up at the 24. He runs ahead 6-7 yards and is immediately tackled at the 31. Good open field tackle there by Tyreek Mason, a 5'9 junior special teamers. So out come the Lions, 7:41 to go in the third. They trail 32-0 and have had a hard time getting anything going here today. They fumbled twice and lost them both. And other than Cale LeWeave on the ground for approximately 55 yards, not much of anything. Still under 100 yards total as they sit at 93 total yards for the game. Common motions left to right. Costia back to throw. Now he's going to gun one deep down the right side. He's got Murray. Beat his man, but the ball's just a smidge overthrown. In coverage is Brendan Zerbrug, the freshman. Murray had a step on him. A tough over-the-shoulder attempt at the catch, and the pass sails incomplete. In checks Nick Chaddock and Case Givens. Out go Murray and 28 Phillips. Second down and 10. The ball is at the 30-yard line. And inside handoff, this is LeWeave again, and he has spilled across the 35, a gain of about 5. His fourth tote of the half. Clock continues to run now, 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 32-0 Alliance. Third down 5 coming up for the Lions. Third quarter sponsors, as always, Sandy Springs, Clark and Chaddock, and Kishman's Gas and Go. Shout out quickly to Dr. D before this next snap. There's Costia, inside handoff again, breaking one tackle and stretching ahead. It is a fairly familiar combination there. Cale LeWeave, the running back, Braden Hartsoe, the tackler, the leading tackler for this Aviator defense, and it brings up fourth down and 2, a 3-yard run for Cale LeWeave. 5.5 to go now as this clock continues to wind. 32-0. Minerva on the move here as they approach their own 40. Costi under center, puts Markins in motion and gives again straight ahead. This is LeWeave. He plunges for a first down conversion across the 40. Gain of 5 to the 43, and they move the sticks. Just the, by my count, fifth first down of the night. And not nearly enough offense so far for Minerva to stay in this game. They're on the move now, though, as they approach midfield at the 43. Costia's got it. Goes off left tackle, breaking a tackle into the secondary. Is Cale LeWeave again. A heavy dose of the junior here, number 35, and he gets all the way to the Alliance side of the field. Picks up 12 on that run. And has another Minerva Lion first down. Into Aviator territory we go at the 45. Nothing but LeWeave this half. One incompletion from Costia. And here we go again. Another run off the right side. A good gainer. Cale LeWeave again, and this takes it inside the Alliance 40 all the way down to the 37-yard line. Another gain of 8. So they found something here on the ground with 35, Cale LeWeave. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. To the line come the Lions. Costia under center. Markins in motion. It will be, again, Cale LeWeave straight ahead. And I think they'll stop the clock momentarily for a first down and move the chains as he falls inside the 35 to the 34. Needed 2, gained 3. Another Minerva Lion first down. And again, we've seen this story before, seen this play before. They get all the way down the field. Can they get into the red end zone here? Yards don't get you points. You got to punch it in. A whistle, a flag, and a sideline warning on Alliance. Just a warning. They used the flag to signal the warning on the first one. Next one will be a penalty. Costia's got it. Pulls that one out from Louis, pitches out to Common at the 40. Trying to make a man miss, cannot. And a nice open field tackle by Dylan Bagera on senior Jimmy Common at the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. They've tried that play 3 or 4 times, and each time Common has multiple aviators waiting on him on the outside. So from the 34 backwards to the 37 they go, a loss of 3 for Common on the pitch. And at the 2:45 running clock of the third quarter, second down 13 for Minerva. Costia motions Common, looks to run around the right side, keeps it himself across the 35, cuts back to the 30, 25-20. Jukes back into the right and is dropped at the 15. A nice run by quarterback Braden Costia. Second down and 13, way back at the 37. And this is going to get into Aviator red zone. First down and 10, Minerva. A big run from the quarterback, junior quarterback Braden Costia. The ball goes all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 22 for the junior. Did a great job with a cut near the line of scrimmage, angled left, got caught near the 20, cut back to the 15, and is dropped there. And another flag comes flying in from the outside, and I think this time they're going to get a penalty on the Aviator bench. Another sideline warning, the second here on the drive in 3 plays and a penalty that'll march this ball closer to that coveted red end zone on the south side of the field. 2 minutes to go, running clock now. 32-0 Aviators. Minerva looks to get on the scoreboard for the first time. Costia's got it. It's a 5-yard penalty, first down and 5. Hand off to the right side. Down near the goal line, falls in for a Minerva Lion touchdown. I want to make sure on the number. Is it Louise again? It is. Cal Louise punches it in from 10 yards off the right side. And after the sideline penalty gave him 5 free yards, thank you very much. A touchdown. Cal Louise cuts the lead to 32-6. But a nice looking drive there, about a 70-yard drive. And finally they cash one in. This 20-20 business is not getting it done. Touchdowns will. Costia out to hold for kicker Nick Chaddock. The snap is a little high, but Costia grabs it, puts it down, and it's banged through by the junior kicker for an extra point. 32-7. Minerva's on the board here. Cale Louise with a beautiful 10-yard run. He drug a Alliance would-be tackler into the end zone, fell across the goal line. And Minerva's on the board, 32-7 at the 1:38 mark of this third quarter. And if my rule book is correct, I think this will take away the running clock now, and we're back to regular clock football. 30 is the magic number. 32-7 now, a 25-point difference. See if the Lion defense can hold and try to get the ball back for this offense that just marched 70 yards. Most of the damage by Cale Louise, although Braden Costia with a nice 22-yard run to set him up at the 15. So from the 37, it was Costia for 22, a sideline warning penalty for 5, and then Louise banged it in off the right side for 10 yards. And he's putting together quite a night here. He came into the game, as I check for my paper that I buried here, he came into the game, Louise, with over 100 yards rushing, 132. But he's got to be nearing 100 yards for the game. I'll get you an updated total here momentarily. Chaddock sits the ball sideways as usual for some sort of squib / onside kick. And again, the Aviators appear ready. They've got 6 men lined up 10 yards away with 4 extra just 6 yards behind them. So 10 men up within 15 yards of where this ball is going to be kicked off of Nick Chaddock's right foot. Deep, I believe, is Dylan Bugera. He stands at his 26-yard line in case this thing squirts through. Chaddock turns to his team, now approaches the ball, now fakes. And now they reset and may kick this thing deep. Alliance starts to back up. Brandon Alexander is directing traffic, and Chaddock's going to squib it anyway, and it's ahead, it's loose, it's on the field, and Minerva's got it! This is recovered by the Lions. Number 7 for Alliance, Trey Hawkins, had his hands on it and coughed it up. Recovered by the Lions. The third successful onside kick that we've seen in the last 2 home games. So Nick Chaddock came up with the football, I do believe the kicker, and a little bit of trickery there for the Lions. They lined up, they faked the onside, they backed up Alliance a few yards. Looked like he ran up to it to kick it deep and just did a great job squibbing it the necessary 10 yards. It bounced off of Hawkins, Trey Hawkins, the senior wide receiver, who was up near the line to recover it, and Chaddock fell on it. So a minute 34 to go in the third, down 25. Minerva's got it back. Play fake. All kinds of time. Costia guns one deep down the left side and overthrown. Intended out there for his receiver. Pretty good coverage on the play by number 4, Brendan Zerbrug. The safety came over to help. So second down and 10 as they try to air one out. Just the 4th pass attempt of the game. Costia's 1 of 4 for 3 yards. And second down and 10. Senior center Derek Hurst asks for the football, and it comes flying in here to him. Second down and 10. Great field position after the onside kick at the 48. Minute 24 to go. Third quarter. Another score here would make things semi-interesting. And again, whistles stop the clock. The officials are going to pump the play clock back up to 25. There it goes. Not sure why. It was at 16. And the other official's pointing to his watch. I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Oh, he kept it running. Okay. Somebody didn't tell him that we're on regular time. If you're not used to it, it is a confusing rule, I suppose. But it was an incompletion, which does stop the clock here on regular time. A toss left. This is Markins, 45. Trying to get to the outside as he nears midfield, but he won't get there. And he is knocked down for a loss of 1. Outside the hashes on the left side, Markins has yet to get into open space and use that blazing speed. First half, Markins had just 1 touch for no yards. That's going to be a loss of 1 on that carry. Not much doing on the outside. This defense for Alliance has been stout on the outside. The only thing so far from Minerva that has worked has been straight ahead running, mostly by Cale Leweave. So a loss of 1 on the play. Third down and 11 as we near the half-minute mark of the third quarter. 32-7. Costia's got it. He's going to keep it again. Angles to the left and falls across the 45 to the 44. A nice little gainer there. A pickup of 9 for Costia, who's having himself a pretty good rushing night tonight to counteract a not-so-productive passing night. Costia takes the ball to the 44, which sets up a 4th down and short. We'll call it 2. As the first down marker sits about the 42-yard line, if you can see it there on your screen. The ball sits at the 44 and whistles, and now the play clock sits at 40 because we have a timeout on the field. It's actually the end of the third quarter. So we've completed 3 quarters here in Minerva. Minerva has made the last strike here with a touchdown by Cale Leweave, but still trail 32-7 as we head to the 4th. Stay with us. Back here at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium, we were just marveling at the ability of Nick Chaddock to not only kick but recover onside kicks here. We've seen 3 recoveries in the last 2 home games, and it should be no surprise because they onside kick every time they have it. So here's a handoff. It's Costia. Actually pulls it and keeps it, and this is going to be close. He is dropped by Braden Hart, so at the 41, Mr. Cross here to my left says first down, and he is exactly right, a first down Minerva. He is sitting, where are you, Coach Cross, about the 40, 39, 40? Or are you right on the 41? Where are you at? 41-yard line, so he's right on the line of scrimmage. First down, Costia needed to, got to, and extends the drive for the Lions. Here's an inside handoff and nothing doing. Cale LaWeave goes nowhere on that run after Costia picked up the necessary 2 yards. So second down and 9. They'll give him 1 as he was pushed forward by a lineman. They give him 1 yard to the 40. So any hope of getting into this one has to be a score here for Minerva. They trail by 25. A 4-score game at this point, just 11 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the game. Fumbled snap, and Costi has just got a fall on it. He's going to lose a yard back to the previous line of scrimmage from first down, which sets up a 3rd down and 10, a mishandled snap between Hurst and Costia. Done that a couple of times tonight. Martineau checks back in for Minerva as they sit 3rd down and 10 ball on the Alliance 41-yard line. Just 1 completion today for Minerva. If they're going to get any more points on the board, I figure they got to get something going through the air. Just 3 passing yards up till this point. Costia is 1 of 4 for 3 yards. There's the snap back to him out of the shotgun. He's got time. He slings one out to the right. It's off the hand of the defender, intended for Jimmy Common. Braden Hart was in coverage. The ball sailed left of the receiver and off of Hartshaw's right hand. I don't think he was expecting it to be placed there as the receiver was on the other side of him. Stops the clock at the 10:23 mark of the 4th. So 4th down and 10, you'd have to imagine we're going for it here at the 41. No need to punt at this particular juncture of the game or season. Costia again in the shotgun, it appears. They send trips short side on the right. Here's Costia. He sets up a screen. He dumps it over the middle. Common's got it at the 37, but he's going to come up short down at the 33. A late flag from the back judge comes flying in. We'll see what he saw. Alliance has exited the field. I think they're not aware that there might be a penalty. We'll see what they got. It would be a turnover on downs. The completion went for 8 yards to Common. We will check the penalty. And now it's going to be waved off, an illegal man downfield. So scratch the completion. In fact, let me scratch that. They're going to actually give credit for the completion because they accepted the penalty, or they did not accept the penalty. They accepted the play. So it goes down in the stat sheet as an 8-yard completion to Jimmy Common, his first catch of the night, but it is short of the first down. So first down, Alliance at the 33 with 10:15 to go here in the ball game. Here comes Brandon Alexander back onto the field. 5 touchdown passes. He came into the game with 8 on the season. He is now up to 13. And looking for more. They're not going to run the ball. They're going to come out firing it away. That's what they do. Out of the gun, he stands at his own 28. There's the snap. It's a give to Bagheera on the sweep. Lions are out there. Missed tackle to the 35, to the 39-yard line. Grabbed and wrapped up there by, I believe, Chance Martineau with an open field tackle. It's a gain of 5, maybe 6. They'll give him 6 on the... They'll give him... Yeah, they got to move the stick up a little bit. Gain of 6 on the run by Bagheera. His first carry of the game. Alliance now with the ball on the left hash. Second down 4 from the Alliance 39-yard line. They continue to go out of the shotgun with 5 wide receivers. Here comes Caden Davis in motion. Now it's an option right. Alexander fakes the pitch. He cuts back to his left to the 40. They had containment. He got out of it. 45-50 and across midfield for a first down. A nifty run by the senior quarterback. He's going to pick up 14. They'll give him 13 on the play and into Lion territory at the 48, a gain of 13 for Brandon Alexander. His third run of this half now for 33 yards to go along with his 13 yards from the first half. He's got 46 for the game. Another first down, Alliance, as they march on into Minerva territory at the 48-yard line. Alexander, left leg raised for the snap, now claps and gets it. Fakes the pitch. He's going to gun one deep. He's got his man. He's beat the coverage, and it is caught by Bugera. Diving, saving, touchdown tackle by Chance Martineau. But Bugera just turned on the speed and pulled away to get separation. The catch is going to take the ball all the way from the 48 to the 5-yard line, I believe. A gain of 43 from Alexander to Bugera. Dylan Bugera, a 5'7" speedster on the outside, and it's a gain of 43, first down and goal. Brandon Alexander continues to put up big numbers through the air. Now he goes under center, which we haven't seen a whole lot of from the 5. He turns, he gives, it's Caden Davis, untouched, off right tackle, and in to the end zone. First rushing touchdown of the night for the Aviators. This one, sophomore Caden Davis punches it in from 5 yards out. Davis just recorded, if I could find it here, just recorded his, I take that back, I don't have it in front of me, a touchdown today to add to his totals. I will find it though. I know I have it here somewhere. Werther on to attempt the PAT. It's 38-7. Artso to hold. Snap good. Hold good. Kick is wide left. Second time we've seen that today from Werther, so no good. So at 8:30 to go in the fourth quarter, Caden Davis has picked up his his 8th rushing touchdown of the year, his 10th overall, and that pushes the score back to a 31-point difference at 38-7. Just 8.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. See if we can get you some scores as they wait to kick off here. Scores from around the area. Again, one more mention of our sponsors: Sandy Springs, Clark and Chaddock, and Kishman's IGA. Hoover leads Lake 35-7 in the third. Massillon is pummeling Walnut Ridge 42-0 in the third. Same could be said for Perry, 42-0 over Canal Winchester. McKinley continues to trail against Brunswick, 24-14. Brunswick, that game has moved into the fourth. Perry is now a final at 42-0. Green in a battle, 19-16 lead in the third against Worthington Kilbourne. Malvern plays South Central, I believe, tonight, but I don't have a score update. If anybody's got one of those, they can text it to me and I'll get it on the air. Cleveland Heights 35, Glen Oak nothing. Tuslaw again in a shootout out Western Stark County is 35-28 leaders over Tusky Valley in the third. Coventry's pushed their 7-6 halftime lead up to 21-6 in the third quarter in Lexington Township. So here we go with another kickoff for Alliance. They've kicked a lot of short, low line drives today that have bounded down the field to Martineau and Markins, although Markins is sitting on the bench in front of me, not in for this kickoff return. Approaching the ball, and this is a higher kick. Down the field it goes. It hits, and Martineau can't field it. It rolls. Still in play. Martineau's going to pick it up at his own 1. Running left. Tries to get to the 5. Nowhere to go, and he is going to be dropped at the 2, maybe 3-yard line. So the kick was not fielded in the air. Took an Alliance roll all the way down to the 1 and stopped there. So it had to be picked up. Had it trickled into the end zone, it would have been a touchback. Martineau scooped it up at the 1, went left for about 10 yards, back right for about 5 yards, but the net result is forward for just 2. I'm trying to get a read on with it where this spot is. It looks to be about the 2. So a 1-yard return after all that. Clock now runs again even after the timeout from the kickoff because it is a 30-plus point difference. 38-7, 8:05 to go. Costia is going to take this snap from his own 2-yard line and whistles. And are you kidding me? Timeout Alliance. A 38-7 game in the fourth quarter with a running clock. You got him pinned at the 2, and Seth Whiting takes a timeout. I guess we give him the benefit of the doubt if you're 0-7 and trying to get a win, probably with some new players on the field here in a running clock game. Wanted to talk things over. Malvern is down 20-7 to South Central. I would assume third quarter if I had to guess, but I don't know that for sure. I'll say second half. So an odd timeout here from Coach Whiting in a 38-7 game. The first that they've burned in this half. Probably the last, although who knows. Sometimes coaches do funny things. I am a coach. I get it. Sometimes you want to make sure things are all aligned no matter who's on the field or what the score is. 7:57 to go. 38-7 Alliance as they look for their first win of the year. Again, we told you coming in, they're 0-7, but they have took most teams they've played to the brink. They've had 6 single-digit losses and have led in the fourth quarter, I think, 4 times, and now we've got a flag. I do believe the left guard was a little quick to block. We're waiting. And it is a dead ball encroachment on the defense, so I forgive. I believe it's Sean Hanley. If I could see that far. I need some binoculars here. 65, I think. Jumped out of his stance, but he was enticed by the defense, and 5 free yards for Minerva. Last time they gave us 5 free yards, we scored on the next play. See if we could duplicate that. We are sitting way back at our own 7. Off the right side, a run. He's short of the first down, near the 10-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 for Jimmy Common, the senior. Haven't called his number or name very often tonight, just his 5th carry for 2 yards total. 2nd down and 3 coming up. The ball sits at the 10. They started at the 2. They got 5 free ones on an offsides. The 7th Alliance penalty, and now 2-yard gain sets up 2nd down and 3. Inside handoff, 1st down and more. Here goes Hartshorn. 30, 40. Can he outrun him? Across the 40 to the 45, and he's finally grabbed and dropped across the 45-yard line. A big burst, a touchdown-saving tackle by Jabril Gilmore, the senior DB, but the freshman Ryder Hartshorn explodes through the middle and picks up 36 yards for a 1st down Minerva. Nearly took that one to the house. Needed one more step, and I think he was in the clear. All the way out to the 46, gain of 36 on Hartshorn's first carry of the second half. Now they run again off the right side this time. Picks up Hartshorn 2 on the play to the 48. So they're getting the freshman a little work here. In the first half, he had 4 carries for 9 yards. So he's up to 47 on the night and putting together a pretty good freshman year. Coming into the game, he was the 2nd leading rusher. He's now over 400 yards and 4 scores in his freshman campaign. Good things in his future. 6 minutes to go, running clock. 38-7 Alliance. Costia under center. Play fakes. Going to look out to the left. He had a man. Didn't get rid of it. Now he's under pressure being chased, and he's just going to sling one out to the left and complete at the feet of Jimmy Common at the 40-yard line of Alliance. Costia was under pressure there, flushed from the pocket, and chased by Carter Lewis, an outside linebacker who came on the blitz. 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Ball rests on the middle of the giant red lion at near midfield. They're at the 48-yard line. And a 3rd down and 8. Clock continues to run even though it was an incompletion because the score is 38-7. Costia back under center. Runs some motion there with Anthony Fletcher. Now Costia keeps it, runs left across the 50, 45, 40. He's got a first down. Holds on to the ball and falls forward to the 40, a gain of 12. Costia, another good run. And he has racked up what I would have to imagine is his best running day of the season. He came in to this game with just 9 yards rushing, and he has busted off runs of 12, 22, and 9 just in this half alone, coupled with 7 carries for nearly 30 yards in the first half. Another run straight ahead. I think it's Hartshorn. He secures the ball with 2 hands and picks up 1 yard. 4.5 to go. Major substitutions now in for Alliance in this 38-7 game. Some substitutions coming in for Minerva as well. Nick Chaddock checks out, and Cole Patterson checks in. Costia brings him to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and about 8. Costia pulls it away from Hartshorn, keeps it, and is tackled by defensive lineman 70, who is not on the roster. I'm not even going to worry about who that is. Costia picks up 6 yards to the 33. 3.5 to go here in the 4th as Minerva huddles up. 3rd down and about 3. It was a gain of 5 on that run by Braden Costia. Hurst has got it, snaps it to Costia, straight ahead run. I believe it's Hartshorn again, and he's going to have enough for another Minerva Lion first down inside the 30 near the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 for Hartshorn. So this drive started way back, if you remember, on the 2-yard line. They have picked up 73 yards so far. Unfortunately, they need 98 to get to the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 25. Anthony Fletcher in the game motions. Costia keeps it again. Runs off the left side inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. And a late flag is going to come flying in. This one might go on Minerva. So after all this positivity all the way to the the 16, a late block came in, I do believe, from Minerva hitting an Alliance kid late, but we shall see. Clock is now stopped, 2:47. Extracurricular here after the play, dead ball, and it is on the Lions. Didn't catch a number, but he came flying into the play after Costia was clearly down and after the whistle, and that will march the ball back from the 16. Would have been a 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard run, but instead, spot foul is going to move this ball all the way back, I think, to the 34. Where are they putting it at? The beanie's at the 31. The stick went all the way back to the 36. And now what do we have? My goodness. Clock had started. Now they stopped it. Now they started again. It winds at 2:39 in the 4th. The penalty takes the ball back to the 31-yard line. And the Lions are set up in what appears to be about a 1st and 16. See if they can dig out of this hole. Inside handoff, Hartshorn's got running room. There he goes, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Ryder Hartshorn caps a 98-yard drive. He did a lot of the heavy lifting on that drive. That one is 2nd 30-plus run of the drive, 31 to be exact on that run. His 5th touchdown of the season, 76 yards and 2 carries there on the drive for the freshman. He tallied 88 yards and 5 carries, and he punches that one in pay dirt. 38-13, 2:15 to go in the ball game. Costia into hold, Nick Chaddock into kick. Snap a little high, they get it down again, and this one's true again. Nick Chaddock bangs it through. Is it through or not through? Not through. My eyes have deceived me. Look good. Wide left. So with 2:15 to go, that one is wide left, and it's 38-13. 38-13. Alliance. Could you tell? He's watching it on his computer. I guess it was wide. I've got no excuses here from me, but I'll give an excuse anyway. I've got a window with a pillar in front of me. I just assumed it was good. It looked good at first glance. No good. 38-13. Good news, Coach Cross. We get to see another onside kick. These are entertaining. So if you're still hanging in there with us, 38-13, Aviators, 2:15 to go. What do we got? What'd I miss? I get caught up in numbers and calling the game here. I miss some of the sideline activity and the cheerleaders and all the other stuff going on. Chilly night here in Minerva, Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. Sticking this one out here. Minerva with a nice 98-yard drive, capped off by a 31-yard run by freshman Ryder Hartshorn, his 5th touchdown of the year. It pushes him over 500 rushing yards. 450 rushing yards for the season. And the hands team is back out there for the Aviators. Malvern has scored and cut the lead to 20-14 at the end of the third in their playoff contest, second round playoff contest. Thanks for listening in and watching in today here from Minerva Lion Football. I'm Coach Green along with Coach Cross and Maddie Cross running the cameras. Chaddock again to see what they got in store. They fake it again. They got this one last time. He backs out of it. It gets the crowd cheering. Excited. What's next? Back deep is Bugera, and this one they will squib again. At the 50, it spins, but this one's going to head out of bounds and going to be a penalty on the Lions. That one had a lot of spin, got through the first line of Aviators, and made its way out of bounds near the 44, maybe 45-yard line of Alliance, it appeared to be. So Alliance will take over. This should be the final drive of the night. 2:12 to go. Minerva does have all 3 timeouts if they choose to use them. As we wait for the teams to come back out onto the field. Check any other local scores. Lake has scored to cut it to 35-14 at Hoover. Maslin 49-0, shellacking of Walnut Ridge. Brunswick continues to lead McKinley. This is now 27-14 after a field goal. Worthington Kilbourne has scored in the 4th to take a 23-19 lead at Green. We updated you on the Malvern score. They trail their playoff game 20-14, and I was wrong again. Another timeout by Coach Whiting. 2:12 to go, 25-point lead. But he's got something he wants to go over with his troops. So we'll keep it here on the live stream. Continue to talk through these scores. Cleveland Heights 42. Glen Oak, a rough season this year. 42-0 that one. Tuslaw continues to lead Tusky Valley. Last check, 35-28. Coventry in the third, 21-6 at Marlington. So, as we recap this one, the first half was dominated by Alliance, specifically Brandon Alexander. 4 first-half touchdown passes. He's added a 5th touchdown pass and a Caden Davis run for their 6 touchdowns on the evening for their 38. Now they've only converted 2 extra points tonight. So normally 6 touchdowns would get them to 42, but they've missed 4 conversions, sticks them at 38. Minerva 2 touchdowns, a 31-yard run by Ryder Hartshorn here in the second half for their second of 2. Some switching of footballs here. Costia jogs on to pick this one up. The clock stays stopped at 2:12. We're going to play a little football here in a 38-13 game. Brandon Alexander is out of the ball game. Don't know that that's Hartso, but it is, and he's going to gun one deep down the right side, and it's going to go for 6 if it's caught, but it's not. Alliance doesn't care that it's 38-13. And I know what some of you Minerva Lion fans are thinking. Coach Green, if you're up big on Alliance, remember this in basketball, but we'll see what happens. I hope to be up big on Alliance. That would be sweet. 2:06 to go. In at quarterback is the freshman Brendan Zerbrug. His father, Chris Zerbrug, played for Alliance, then went on to be a backup quarterback and play some at Michigan. You're getting the freshman some looks here. He gunned that one out to Kayvon Davis, another freshman. This time they will run it off the left side. This is number 11, Squirt Williamson. I don't know if that's a nickname, but that's what it says in the program. Squirt Williamson carries ahead from the 50 down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 20. Williamson checks in a 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. I see why they call him Squirt. He is not very big. 25 yards on that scamper. Minute and a half to go. We'll see if Alliance just kneels this one out, but they appear not to. They're in the gun again. Zerbrug in the shotgun's got trips right. 38-13, 1:34 to go. Zerbrug has the snap, he keeps it now. Zerbrug running off the right side, avoids one tackler to the 30, 25, and near the 20. Chaddock helped out on the tackle as the run takes it to the 20 and a first down, gain of 11. Clock is stopped, but the official is swirling his arm furiously to get it running again. He is not happy. They just want to get out of here at this point. Run the clock, he says. Now he blows his whistle. Now he runs the clock. Now he throws his hands in the air, and there goes your running clock. Minute 18 to go. Play-by-play, you get everything, even at the official here. Zerbrug takes the snap. Gives off. This is 24. Jackson Cooper, another sophomore, into the game, and he blasts off the left side for a gain of about 7, but there's a penalty on Minerva, a face mask on the tackle, which will push Alliance ahead for what should be a first and goal. Alliance ready to run a play. I don't think they were aware there was a penalty called on the play. So first and goal as they get rid of the sticks on the far side. I believe it's about the 7. Where are they at there, Coach? Can you spot it? 7? They're outside the 5 at the 7. This is a run up the middle, and he's going to be short of the goal line. He dropped to a knee near the 1-yard line. He'll be marked down there. That was Jackson Cooper. It does not appear that Coach Whiting wants any part. Oh my gosh, the clock is stopped once again. Now they've got it running. Why are they lining up? There's all kinds of confusion going on here. Alliance trying to run a play from the 7, but the ball's at the 1. So now they move up. 38 seconds. And there's another touchdown. They had no sense to run that clock out. Not the best sportsmanship we've seen here. In a 38-13 game, they get Jackson Cooper a 1-yard touchdown run, 44-13. At 0-7, Coach Whiting just does not seem to care about sportsmanship on that drive. He wanted another 6, and he got it. 44-13, 34 seconds to go. We're ready for the extra point. 44-13. So to hold it. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. Kick is good. Werther punches one through. 45-13. One more kickoff, a couple of plays, and then this one will be officially over. Second rushing touchdown of the night after 5 passing touchdowns for Alliance. We'll keep it here, 45-13. Cheerleaders and band down to my left having a good old time as we await the final 34 seconds of this one. 45-13. you're sitting at home watching, wondering why Alliance scored a touchdown in a hurry-up offense in a 25-point game, you're not the only one. I sit up here and wonder the same thing. So I don't like it. You don't like it. You shouldn't like it. It's not what's supposed to be done. We'd expect a little more class out of the other side there, but it wasn't shown. So 34 seconds. I'll stop talking about it. We'll await the kickoff here in a 45-13 game. And they do have 4 sideline penalties. They do have 2 or 3 unsportsmanlike. It hasn't been a well-represented game. It has been a well-played game by Alliance, but not well-represented. One more kickoff here at 34 seconds. See if we can do a better job getting this one in the air. Last one we let bound all the way down to the 1 and stuck ourselves at the 2, although we did recover with a 98-yard drive. Werther to punch this one away. Aviator's ready. He runs up and he blasts it with his right foot. I believe that's Martineau at the 20, and it is. Running left to the 21, to the 25, to the 26. Spins out of a tackle to the 30, and is finally hauled down by Jackson Eddy, a 5'10 freshman special teamers. Martineau brings the ball out to the 34-yard line, and they will wind the clock. Minerva does not have to snap it. 20 seconds, 19-18. They come out of the huddle, but I don't think they're going to get another playoff. 14-13-12. Now they're hustling. 10-9-8. They better hustle if they want to get one more snap. Alliance rushing people onto the field. 3, 2, 1, and 0. That will do it. No play will be had. So that'll do it from Heinz Stadium in Minerva. A game dominated by the offense of the Aviators. The final score, Alliance 45, Minerva 13. Alliance picks up their first win of the season. Minerva falls to 0-8. We will await the outcome of the Sandy Valley playoff game. If Sandy Valley loses, we'll be live here next Friday night for a home stream. And if they do not win, we will await the replacement game. I think also home. I believe it's going to be home. I'll wait and see, though, for sure. So, final score here, signing off for the final time here in Minerva. Alliance 45 and Minerva 13. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good night, everybody.